Welcome back, my team, to another episode. Well, this is our fourth episode. Thanks for the support, and just keep sharing and keep supporting. I have some bad news. I really hate basketball. I just really hate basketball. And before you get too excited, let me just explain myself. So I grew up in the 1990s, right? I went to Excelsior School. And back then, we had a gymnasium. And I wasn't even aware that the gymnasium was really for to play basketball. Back then, all we did was play gym ball. Anybody that went to Excelsior or from that environment know what gym ball is. Trust me. But I digress. It wasn't until I think CVM came about that I and people from my economical background really got exposed to basketball. Back then, basketball was akin to what we see pickleball is. It's only certain people really into it or really got exposed to the basketball. But when I first fell in love with it, trust me, I just couldn't get enough of it. But then basketball, the competitive nature of it, the artistry, everything that come. If I see a basketball video, I had to stop and watch it. NBA action, top 10 plays, everything just seems so surreal. The competitive nature, the players just seem like you could see that these players really wanted to win. I would assume that is what gladiatorial event used to be back in the Roman time. You could just see people fighting, people. You just wanted to be a part of it. You couldn't miss it. So now, when I look back at where I'm at right now, say 10 years, the last 10 years, I just don't recognize the sport. Basketball now is less about sport and more about entertainment. And I'll explain the difference. And before, I know some people say, hey, every sport is about entertainment. However, the NBA right now is more WCW than basketball. We care more about what happens off the court than what actually happens on the court. We care about who traded to where, who said what about who, what this person wear, more than what happened on the court. I didn't even know what statistics was growing up. Even when I played basketball, I've never taken up a statistics that was a bunch of score and support. All we cared about at that time, who won and who lost. Nowadays, basketball players, they really don't care. And if they don't care, why should I? Of course, the money is a part of it, yes. But at that time, players was making money equivalent to that time. But people really cared about winning. The players actually cared about winning. Nowadays, the basketball we are seeing is I call it one trick pony. Everybody comes on the court and do the same thing. There's no novelty. There's no. I remember seeing teams, the Houston Rockets, they play a different style of basketball. Chicago Bulls, triangle offense. The Lakers, Showtime. It's just different. You see different. I see all these interact. No, everybody doing the same thing. Everybody doing the basic same thing. Come on, look what pick and roll shoot. And it wouldn't be so bad if they, again, it comes back to if they actually cared. If they actually cared. Nowadays, it's all about statistics. Nowadays, to sell the sport, what they do, they bring up some arbitrary statistic. Hey, this person is the first person to score 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and he's 23 years old, 2 weeks, 2 hours. What? Who cares? Who really cares? I used to have this ongoing argument with some of my friends about whether or not the players now are better than the players back then. And while I will concede that maybe the role players have more skill, I'll probably give you that. But we don't compare to watch role players. We really don't pay our money, or we don't go to watch, what we come to watch is the stars. And you cannot convince me that these stars are as good as the previous stars. I don't want to focus on the good, just the competitive nature. The competitive nature. You have this thing with running argument that stats don't lie. Stats lie. Stats lie. You have players that are shooting a better percentage than players back then, but they're definitely not better 3-point shooters. It's just you're shooting volumes. You understand? But from a product standpoint, right, what we're seeing is more media driven. Media driven. But then nobody never need to tell me that this person was great or this person was good. I could just watch it and see. Nobody needed to convince me that this player is an elite player. No, again, they just bring up arbitrary stats and they try to convince you, and that's how basketball is right now. I have this, since they're so caught up in stats, right, and debates and so forth, I have this contention that what they need to do, just like in the past we used to have, not even the past, like we have before Christ, BC, AD, we need to have BA before analytics. So we can really split up how we view players, how we look at greatness. So this player was averaging this BA. You understand? So when future historians looking at the stats, they don't compare apples with oranges. Because honestly, that is what the basketball has coming down to. Protecting legacies and talking up people, overselling hype and so forth. But the product itself is struggling. The product itself is struggling. Sometimes when I turn on my TV to watch a basketball game and I see who is playing, I rather watch a rerun of Golden Girls. The product itself, as well, I know it. I know it's not for everybody. Some people might actually like it. But as I said, if you've never had good food in your life and you're eating garbage, you may enjoy garbage. So I really, trust me, the product itself is really, and it hurts me. Because I want to like it. I want to consume the product. But what I'm seeing right now is comical. It's really, really comical. The players are media hyped. And sometimes when I talk to people and I say, this player is not really good. And some people, what are you talking about? This player is average X, this player is average Y. But when it comes down to it, I always tell people, stats may give you information, but it's moments. Moments show you who are the real ballers. And don't be caught up in the media hype and the Stephen Hayes and no, everybody have their own reason why they say it, but use your eyes. And what my eye test is telling me that the product itself is garbage. And I hope this new generation that comes about, the Wimbies and so forth, can help to bring back the competitive nature of it all. We need entertainment, of course, but it cannot be all about it. We need to see people. We need to see warriors. And we need the artistry. Nothing about the NBA surprises me anymore. I've seldomly watched a match feeling, whoa, did you see that? Even the league commissioners realizing that the competitive nature, it comes up with different initiatives and so forth. And it's still really not working. And again, I'm hoping this new generation, because I've seen a little turn in the last All-Star game, at least some level of competitive nature. I don't know if it will continue, but I'm really hoping that we can get back to the time where men are playing the sport, not people pretending to be men. And I know I'm going to get some pushback because, again, you have people will like this type of product. And again, to each his own. And I may be wrong, but I really doubt it. Thanks again for another for watching another video. Just continue to support and share and give some feedback. I really appreciate it. And have a good one. Big up on yourself, my team.